Hello everybody and welcome to another Pokemon video. I'm Gigi and today is a continuation of our newest series where I tell you my favorite Pokemon of each type in each region. Last week we did Johto Part 2. Today we are going to do the final installation of the Johto series, Part 3. Since there are 17 types in Johto, I'm breaking up this region and all future regions into 3 parts. Part 3 of Johto consists of the Ice, Normal, Poison, Psychic, Rock, Steel, and Water types. I'm also going to give you the Pokemon stats from its original generation, and the moveset I use when playing the main series game of that region. As always, no legendaries or starters are able to make the list. With all of that being said, let's get to my favorite Pokemon of each type in Johto Part 3. Up first is the Ice type. Since I chose Sneasel as my favorite Dark type Pokemon, I can't choose it as my favorite Ice type as well. With Sneasel out of the picture, that doesn't leave me with many Johto Ice types to choose from. So I'm going to have to go with Piloswine, or Piloswine, however you say it. Now, Piloswine is not the prettiest looking Pokemon in the world, but I like the design, believe it or not. When it comes to stats, Piloswine does alright, having 100 HP and attack stat as its highest. From there, it just goes downhill with the slowest being its 50 base speed stat. Due to this, I never really have Piloswine on any of my teams. As for its moveset, it gets Rest, Ancient Power, Earthquake, and Ice Beam. I'm so glad Mamoswine was introduced because Piloswine doesn't look like a final evolution, and it needed the stat boost for sure. Up next is one of the few normal types that is always on my team during my Johto journeys. Furret, my favorite normal type in Johto, will always be special to me. I remember wanting a Furret so badly because it looks so much like my pet ferret, Rocky. Furret is absolutely adorable. Furret has a unique stat situation. Normally, you see stats that end in 0 or 5, but Furret has stats like a 76 attack and a 64 defense stat. Overall, Furret doesn't have the best stats, but it gets the job done for me. For its moves, it gets Curse, Rest, Double Edge, and Shadow Ball. Furret is adorable and fierce, and will always be special to me due to my childhood pet Rocky. I miss you, buddy. Now we're on to the type I almost never use when I play the Pokemon games. I don't have anything against the Poison type, it's just I've never seen a Poison type Pokemon that catches my eye. Qwilfish, my favorite Poison type in Johto, is actually a really cool Pokemon. I love the design of Qwilfish. It looks like a balloon. I wouldn't say it's adorable, but it's kind of cute surprisingly. Stat-wise, Qwilfish has a pretty high attack stat at 95 base and a good speed stat at 85 base. Its stats only get worse from there, being as low as 55 for both of its special stats. As for Qwilfish's moveset, it gets Rest, Hydro Pump, Spikes, and Sludge Bomb. Qwilfish is going to be an annoying Pokemon with this moveset. Qwilfish isn't the best Pokemon in the world, but its design wins the spot of the best Poison type in Johto for me. It may come to no surprise to you guys that my favorite Psychic type in Johto is Espeon. I love the evolutions because they're all so awesome design-wise, and they make good battling companions. Considering I use Sneasel on my Johto teams, it may be to no surprise that Umbreon doesn't make it on any of my teams. Espeon is my choice evolution in the Johto region. Espeon does great when it comes to stats, with a massive 130 base special attack stat and 110 speed stat that Espeon makes a great team member to have. Its lowest stat being defense is at base 60, which isn't the worst thing in the Pokeverse. Espeon gets Psychic, Morning Sun, Bite, and Attract. Espeon is such a great Pokemon and one I will always have on my team during my Johto journeys. Next on the list is probably one of the most popular Johto Pokemon of all. The Rock-type Tyranitar is such an awesome Pokemon. It has such a cool design and is one of the few Pokemon that I was scared of when I was younger. Tyranitar is Johto's OP Pokemon, kinda like Dragonite was to the Kanto region. Having 4 of its 6 stats over 100 base, Tyranitar is no joke. Its special attack at 95 base barely misses the 100 mark, which is insane. For its 4 moves, Tyranitar gets Crunch, Rock Slide, Earthquake, and Thunderbolt for type coverage. Also, giving it a Quick Claw would help bring this Pokemon to its full potential. Tyranitar is the type of Pokemon you build your whole team around. If you thought Tyranitar was a beast, just look at Mega Tyranitar. The design is absolutely awesome and its stats just get more insane. I mean, 164 base attack stat, how can anyone survive a hit from it? The Steel type is an awesome type, and it is another new type introduced in Generation 2. The most popular of the Steel types in Johto has to be Steelix, but that's not my pick for this list. Believe it or not, my favorite Steel type in Johto is Skarmory. As I have said in about every video, I love the flying type and Skarmory is a steel bird. What's not to like about it? It has pretty good stats, most notably a 140 defense stat, which is no surprise to me. High defense is the staple of steel type Pokemon. All of its other stats are okay, so Skarmory is mainly a defensive tank. Skarmory gets Whirlwind, Drill Peck, Rest, and Steel Wing as its moveset. I love Skarmory's design and it's an awesome Pokemon for sure. We are here, the last type of the Johto region. My favorite water type happens to also be part flying type. Any guesses on what it is? My favorite water type is Mantine. May I just say that Mantine is such an awesome Pokemon to look at. It's majestic and beautiful in my opinion. It also does pretty well when it comes to stats. Its 140 base special defense is where Mantine shines. All of its other stats are pretty good, with its only real flaw being a bad 40 base attack stat. As for its moves, it gets Surf, Haze, Confuse Ray, and Ice Beam. This is another Pokemon that could benefit from a Quick Claw due to its mediocre speed. Mantine is a Pokemon I'd love to see get a Mega Evolution as well. Just look at this design here. I love the airplane angle this idea has. Using Remoraid as cannons is another good touch. I'd love to see this Mega in the future. Alright guys, that concludes my list and our trip through the Johto region. What do you think of the Pokemon I chose? Did I leave any of your favorites off of this list? Let me know in the comment section down below. Stay tuned as next week we start our journey through Hoenn and its Pokemon. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, share this video with a friend, and subscribe down below. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get notified when we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next Poke video.